Thinking about your budget before you move here to Fort Eisenhower? If so, you're not alone. That is probably the biggest question I get with families PCSing to Fort Eisenhower is, Joe, what is the cost of living like near the base? And so in today's video, we're gonna break down everything you need to know about buying a home, whether it's in Grovetown, Georgia, Evans, Georgia, or North Augusta, South Carolina. So stick around and let's jump into it. I am Joe Seaman, born and raised right here in Augusta, Georgia, voted best realtor, and I've sold over 850 homes in the last 6 years. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel for our relocation guide and more tips and tricks for PCSing families like yourself. So what are housing costs near Fort Eisenhower? Housing is pretty much going to be your biggest chunk of your budget, and it varies widely depending on where you choose to live. So on-base housing at Fort Eisenhower is limited and often comes with a wait list, especially during PCS season. Balfour Communities manages the housing here, and priority is based on rank, family size, and availability. The convenience can be great, but many families prefer off-base options for more space or better schools. So off-base housing can be a great option, and I want to break it down by city. So Grovetown, Georgia is just minutes from Fort Eisenhower's gates. Grovetown is super popular, newer subdivisions that offer 3 to 4 bedroom homes in the low 300s to mid 400s. Rentals in Grovetown can go from $1,600 to $2,200 a month. Evans, Georgia is another great option, a little bit more upscale and known for its top rated schools. Homes here in Evans often go for mid 400s to the mid 600s, with rentals pushing closer to $2,500 to $3,500 a month. If you have a larger family and want many amenities, Evans may be your spot. If you're PCSing to Fort Eisenhower, Harlem, Georgia may be a great option as well. If you want more of the country life and feel, that's about 20 minutes from base. Harlem, Georgia is going to be it. Great if you want land and peace and quiet. Homes in Harlem start really like in the high 200s, making it one of the most affordable options. And one of my personal favorites is North Augusta, South Carolina, just across the river and 25 to 30 minutes from base. Property taxes are lower. Homes range in the high 200s to mid 400s. South Carolina's lower tax burden is a perk and worth considering when you're buying. So last up on the list is downtown Augusta, Georgia, or West Augusta. This can be a bit of a mixed bag. You'll find everything from fixer-uppers in the 150 range to historic properties to luxury homes. Great for singles or couples who want to be near entertainment and hospitals. And here's a pro tip. Always match your BAH with the area you're targeting. As of 2025, BAH for an E5 with dependents in Fort Eisenhower is roughly $1,800 a month, and for an 03, it's around $2,200 a month, but double check your exact rate before we go house hunting. All right, so next up, let's talk about what you're gonna be spending once we find the house and you're in it. So electricity is provided by Georgia Power, and that's the main service provider in the Augusta area. Expect electric bills to spike in the summer due to the intense humidity. For a 2,000 square foot home, and these are just rough numbers, your electric bill will often range from $150 to $300, especially June through August. Water, sewer, and trash. Most of the municipalities around here range from $60 to $90 a month combined. Evans and Grovetown both bundle services, while North Augusta offers a tiered pricing structure. So one that everyone is interested in is internet and cable. So Xfinity and AT&T Fiber are the big main players here. Basic high-speed plans, good for streaming and work from home, start around $75 a month, while a gigabyte of internet can run $90 to $120 additional a month. If you plan to stream instead of using traditional cable, tack on another $15 to $70 depending on what you subscribe to. So grocery shopping, when you PCS to Fort Eisenhower, you've got plenty of options. We have Kroger, Publix, Aldi, Walmart, and you have the Fort Eisenhower commissary. Overall, groceries here are slightly below the national average. For example, just check these prices. A gallon of milk is $3.89. A dozen eggs, not the organic, just regular eggs, is $4.75. A loaf of bread is around $3.50. And chicken breast is around $3.30 a pound. So those are the grocery store items, but if you want to dine out, whether you're grabbing lunch near Gate 2 or you're heading downtown Augusta, you've got plenty of choices for every budget. Fast food combos are $8 to $10, and mid-range restaurants will run $12 to $20-ish a plate. And here's a pro tip: check out military discounts at many locally owned restaurants, offering about 10% just for showing your military ID. And a hot button topic, everyone wants to know what gas prices are. As of now, spring of 2025, gas in Augusta hovers around $3.40 a gallon. Over in South Carolina, it's slightly cheaper, and that's another reason folks choose North Augusta over any communities in Georgia. All right, so how long is it gonna take you to get to the gates of Fort Eisenhower? If you choose a home in Grovetown, you're looking to spend about 10 to 15 minutes getting to Fort Eisenhower. Harlem to base, you're looking at 20 to 25 minutes. Evans to base, you're looking at 25 minutes, maybe longer if there's a lot of school traffic going on. And from North Augusta, South Carolina to base is about 25-30 minutes, depending on what's going on the bridge. So what about public transportation? So we don't have a ton of options. So if you're living off base here, when you PCS to Fort Eisenhower, you'll more than likely need a car, but luckily, parking on base is free and pretty accessible near most offices and facilities. So if you have kids, childcare costs can be a concern. The Fort Eisenhower Child Development Center offers options for infants through preschool. Spots can be limited, and if you go off base, expect daycares to run in between $600 to $1,000 per month, depending on the age and program that your kids are in. So school options is a major concern if you have children. This is a major driver of where families choose to live. So if you choose Columbia County, which encompasses Grovetown, Evans, and Harlem, top-rated public schools with many rated 8 to 10 on greatschools.com. Aiken County, which is North Augusta, South Carolina, and Aiken. Mid-tier schools with improving programs and community support. Richmond County, which is downtown in Augusta, Georgia. It's an urban district with more diversity and ratings, but definitely worth researching specific schools. So what's going on after school for extracurriculars and sports? Rec leagues cost $50 to $125 a season, depending on the sport. Fort Eisenhower's MWR offers free or discounted programs for military kids. So let's get into what our property taxes going to run. Columbia County in Georgia, you're looking at approximately 1.1% of the assessed home value. Over in South Carolina, it's a little bit cheaper, often closer to 0.5% or 0.7%, especially if you're a resident homeowner. State income tax, Georgia has a flat tax around 5.75, and South Carolina has a tiered tax system, but it starts much lower than Georgia. So let's talk about health care. When you PCS to Fort Eisenhower, you'll use the Dwight D. Eisenhower Army Medical Center for on-base care, but there's also excellent healthcare options off base as well. You got Piedmont Hospital and Doctors Hospital in Augusta. Most families stick with TRICARE and supplement only when necessary. So what are some fun things around town that may cost you? Things like gym memberships off base. You're gonna look at $30 to $50 a month around Augusta. Car insurance is typically $80 to $130 per month per vehicle, depending on your driver record and provider. Pet care, boarding is around $25 to $40 a night. Pet visits average $60 to $90 per visit. So there you have it. You can create a full budget, and I gave you the breakdown of cost of living near Fort Eisenhower from Grovetown and Evans to North Augusta and Harlem. You now have a real idea of what your lifestyle might cost when you PCS here. Don't forget, I am Joe Seaman, voted best realtor in North Augusta and proud to have sold over 850 homes across this area. If you're moving to Fort Eisenhower and want help choosing the right neighborhood, understanding your BAH, or just figuring out whether to rent or buy, I am here to help. Download your free PCS relocation guide in the description below. It's packed with tons of insider tips, maps, and everything we covered today in a printable format. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications. We've got more great content coming for military families PCSing to the Augusta area. Welcome to your next chapter, and thanks for spending a few minutes with me.